What's up, YouTube? This is Redzone101 with another video. We're going to do a follow-up to my Byrna HD launcher video, self-defense tool. I had a couple of watchers to ask me. They asked me if you pull the trigger without putting it in safe first and then pulling the trigger, which actually pierces the c02, if you just put it on fire without the c02 pierced and then pull the trigger, how much power would you get, opposed to if you have it in safe, pull the trigger and then you put it in fire and then it'll fire? What is the difference in power? Now, this isn't going to be really scientific. We're just gonna see what happens. I also had a watcher to ask me, what happens if you put a if I can get this out of here. Yeah, let me take the glove off a minute. If you just put the now this CO2 has oil in it. When you buy your CO2s here, I normally get, you get 10 in a box, and one of the CO2 containers has oil in it, and this is to keep your gun oiled, keep it in good working condition. What happens if you try to fire a gun with the oil that's in the CO2? Does it work the same way as the CO2s that don't have the oil in them? So, you know what? Let's see what happens. I'm not going to edit this. We're just going to go through the motions. Okay, let's take out the CO2 plug here. I hope you guys can see this. And there's the CO2 with the oil. We're going to put that in. We're going to put back on the, once I get it, back on the, let me see, the plug here. We're going to tighten it. Now remember not to over tighten. I was told by a rep to make sure it's snug, but do not over tighten because you might pierce the CO2. All right. Now, I'm going to load this up with some of the kinetic projectiles here. Solid steel plastic balls. We're just going to take 4 shots. And as a bonus, I might even fire a couple of the pepper balls just to show you how they burst, not explode, because this has no explosives in it. This is not a firearm. It's a CO2 launcher. We're going to see how they burst upon impact. All right, let's walk over to my air gun range here. And we have 2 volunteers. First volunteer, we got Lou, the Tidy Cat container. And our second volunteer, we have Bob. Bob is just a cardboard box. It's not the thickest cardboard, it's not the thinnest. We're going to see how this does on the cardboard box also. Now granted, with these with the Byrna HD launcher, you're not really looking for penetration. It's not a firearm. What you're looking for is that impact, like a blunt instrument. A firearm, you're looking for penetration. With a blunt instrument, you're looking for that hard impact. So, like I said, these are not scientific. We're just going to see how this goes. First shot. Let's go for Lou. Okay, and how far am I back? I'm probably about 15 feet. I normally practice 15 to 20 feet. I practice room distance because in a self-defense situation, most of the time it's going to happen within room distance, which is the distance of a room. Let's say anywhere between 8 to 10 feet. But normally I practice anywhere between 10 to 15 feet. This CO2 launcher will actually fire a lot further, but that's what I practice for. Because if you're in a self-defense situation and let's say your attacker is like 50, 60 feet away, it's kind of hard to justify that in a self-defense situation that, you know, well, I was still afraid, so I shot 60, 70 feet away and I got him. No, that's not going to work in a court of law. Okay, so we're practicing room distance. Okay, taking it off of safe. Got it in fire. Okay, Lou, here it comes. All right, that hit pretty hard. All right, let's see how this goes on Bob. Bob, you ready? Here you go. As you heard, that went right through Bob. Right through. And there you go. Now let's look at poor Bob here. Bob the box. That's the front, the entry hole. And that is the exit hole. Wow. You would not want to get hit with that. Granted, these are not meant for penetration, but that's just to show you some of the power of these launchers. You know what? Let's try another one. I'm going to see how good I am. We're going to try it sideways, and I'm going to try to go straight through. If I can get the box to stand up, which doesn't look like it wants to stand upright. Yeah. Sorry about that, people. All right. Let's see if that's going to work. All right, let's go back over to the table here. This is my wife's dinner table I brought outside, so if I'm not making any more videos after this, let's put this in safe, take the magazine out. It's because she found out about this and I got in a lot of trouble. So let's not tell her. All right, here we go. Now see, that's the thing I told you about, you have to be careful of. If you touch this right here, it's sensitive. That's what holds your kinetic balls in. If you touch it, I'm just going to do a demonstration, without putting it in, they shoot out. So someone asked about reloads, quick reloads. They're possible, but you'd have to practice and be very careful you don't put it in touching the end here, because if you do, your projectiles are just going to fall out. You want to take it, put it in like that. It's ready to fire. Okay, let's take it off of safe. And we're still about 15 feet away, 20 feet. We're going to aim at it sideways and see what kind of penetration we get. That went through, I could hear it. You heard that? That actually went through and it hit the bar back here. So again, you've got some penetration there. Poor old Bob. That's messed up. We're gonna give Bob a break, okay? I think Bob's just about had it. Now, I said I was going to try a couple with the actual pepper balls to show you what kind of expansion you get with them. Well, they're actually powder in them. So we're gonna take, let's say we're doing a self-defense situation. Normally, I always load my the powdered pepper balls in first because I want those as a last resort. And we're going to put 2 of the pepper balls and 1 of the kinetic hard plastic. Normally, if I was going to use this for self-defense, I probably have the bottom loaded with I'd say 2 or 3 of the pepper powdered balls, and the first 2 shots would be with the kinetic balls because I want those to hit hard, maybe discourage the attacker. Maybe that would be enough to make the person, you know, run away, take off. But if the person didn't, after that, I have the might have dropped that one. I've got the I got the pepper balls, which, trust me, if they get hit with those, that's going to take the fight right out of them, because if you can't breathe, if you can't see, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be willing to continue to fight. You're going to be trying to get away. So here we are again at about 15, 20 feet. I'm going to aim at a center target. And with this, as with any firearm, you really don't want to aim towards the face. You can if the person is close enough, but the face is really a small target. You really want to aim for center mass, okay? The area right below the orange there. That's where you want to hit, because if you hit there, you know, for the most part, you're going to hit. There's more surface area to hit. Okay, so here we go. First one's kinetic. Now the pepper. I am not going over there. I watched a video of a guy putting a board up to his chest and taking about 3 of the kinetic, well, not the kinetic, but the pepper balls to the board. It actually didn't hit him, but it hit the board that he had covering his chest. It was a plywood or something. And just that alone, the pepper getting into his system was enough to make him drop the board and almost drop to his knees. No more fight left in him. Bob is going to stay over there, and so's Lou. I'm not messing with those boxes until that area is aired out. I don't want any of that irritant in my system. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful. This is the Byrna HD launcher. It's a self-defense tool. It's not a firearm. These go for about $350 now. Very much in demand. It's a non-lethal means of self-defense. Although I will say this, the way those kinetic hard plastic balls are hitting, you saw it went right through the cardboard. I didn't even check the plastic, but I know it hit pretty hard. You could hear it. I wouldn't want to get hit in the face with this. I wouldn't want to get hit anywhere with this. To me, this is a great option for self-defense if you're not comfortable with carrying a firearm. Very much in demand. I think they got a back order, but anyway, hopefully this video helped. If you got any questions, like and subscribe. This is Redzone101. Everyone be safe out there. God bless. Peace.